Hello, Sagittarius. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Morgan Greer Tarot, Supportive Oracle cards, Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. What do we have for Sagittarius? Okay, I feel, okay, is it good, bad, or indifferent? There's a little anxiety right off the bat. So I'm almost wondering if it's even yours, though. Like, is it somebody you're dealing with? Is that, like, the mood of the day? What's going on here? Because you seem to be holding it together and trying to keep it in line. The first thing I'm getting here, the strongest card, ironically, is this one, which is telling me you're like, I need to keep this where it is. I need to try to keep this on point. This works. And you're like, I'm trying to stay within these rules. Either they're your rules or you believe in these rules, one of the two. You're like, it has to stay here. It has to stay here. And you're doing as much as you can. Anxiety, I think the anxiety is around you. I think it's around you. Because what I'm getting with this Four of Pentacles is you're trying to hold it together, kind of like, we need to keep it here. And it may be dealing with a specific person. Because when I'm seeing this Two of Swords, this might be about how you deal with a specific person. Kind of like, we start getting a little bit, what? We start coloring outside the lines. See, I'm getting hiccups too. It's like, if you don't keep it on point, if you don't keep it very defined, it goes wonky. And it's kind of like, it's like you would like to be able to, like, be a little bit more fluid with it. You would love to be able to, but it's kind of like when I do that with this person, it goes nuts. It goes nuts every time. So I can't do that. I have to hold strong. I have to hold it to the line. There is a lot of anxiety here, though. A lot of anxiety. It seems like it's a problem. Like they really don't deal with the rules well. But if you hold them to it and you don't let it waver outside of it, it seems to work better. I'm getting the masculine at the top too. And when the masculine comes in, then this is that moon deck, the Queen of the Moon Oracle, but they have the masculine here. I'm getting when you got the masculine coming in with the moon, it's kind of like addressing, like, the situation needs some control. And it's more about what you believe is right and you trying to keep it in line, kind of like once it starts sliding off the side, it goes wonky. It goes cuckoo. Can't do it. Can't do it. You also have the King of Rods coming in. The energy does not move forward easily. It doesn't seem to be moving forward very easily. You have to hold it on line, and I feel like it's really, like, not your jam. I feel like it's not your thing. It's kind of like, this isn't how I like to do it, but I have to. A lot of rules here with this, too. The Hierophant is making me feel like there's a lot of rules. And it's kind of like, I've learned from my past mistakes that if you go outside these rules, I can't go outside these rules with this person. I can't. I just can't. I can't do it. I think we're heading towards a change here, by the way. Not to ruin it, but I think where this is eventually going to go is like whatever's going on with this person, something different has to happen. Either you're going to transition out or a whole new plan has to come in. It's one of the two. I think this is what we're working towards, because the World is coming in with the Devil card, which is telling me something's going to happen. These rules aren't going to work. It's weird, because it's kind of like, well, if I don't hold to the rules, it goes crazy. Ironically, if you hold to the rules, it's kind of like a pressure cooker. It just builds and builds and builds and builds and builds and builds and poof, poof, like, it's bad. The Devil card is like, it's not fun. I think that's the point of this reading before we get too far in. See it coming and just realize something. Either you have to transition out or a whole new way of doing things has to come in. You might need somebody's help, because I feel like you're fighting to keep afloat in this situation, but you got to give in and you got to find a different way to do it. Holding to the rules seems like it's the only thing that works, but I'm getting like that's not even going to work. A whole new plan, a whole new way of doing things is what we're heading towards, is what I'm getting. It's going to force itself forward. It's going to force itself forward. Now, the Ace of Swords with the Seven of Swords right here in the what's currently going on is telling me like you do seem to get away with it for a while. And it's like I have to say get away with it because the other person is just holding themselves together and realizing the rules have to be met. They do like you, and that's the thing. I don't know what you think of this person. I don't know how they actually deal with you, but they do actually like you. They do want you to stay a part of the situation. I just don't feel like it's going to work. It's coming to a point where things are going to have to change. Somebody else is going to have to step in and give new ideas. It's better if you search that out, is what I'm getting, because I'm getting the Queen of Pentacles with the Sovereignty. And for I'm trying to like who are you supposed to look towards, and it feels like I'm opening this door and there's like a room full of people. Kind of like okay, okay. It's gonna be subjective to your situation. You got to find somebody has to be out there that can advise you. Whatever you're dealing with, whoever this person is, whether it be young, old, or coworker, family member, whatever, there has to be a resource. Even if you have to get in touch with a therapist and explain, this is what I'm dealing with this person. Well, what do you think that is? And you have any direction you could head me in to find a way to deal with this better. Because I'm getting like it's strong, like the anxiety. I feel like it's anxiety or something, and feeling closed in and not being able to do it the way other people want me to. That's the energy you're dealing with, and I'm noticing it keeps going faster. Let's see if we can slow it down here. Because sovereignty is here. I'm getting you're going to have a chance to shortcut this. It doesn't have to explode, but I'm getting it's heading that direction. It is definitely heading that direction. I feel like for a lot of you people coming to this reading, you were having some type of nervous feeling, kind of like, is this, are we headed towards a spot where this is just not going to make it? Is this going to get that bad? Like it might be like your inner knowing, your sixth sense kind of saying, you know what, Sagittarius, I know it seems like if we stick to the rules, this should be okay, but maybe we should look at other ideas. Because I'm getting the sovereignty with the Queen of Pentacles is reestablishing a new plan will help you get around this to where things can be rewritten, things can be reorganized and put into a different plan, and you can hopefully get some help with this without having to deal with the blow up. Because the Devil card was hidden behind the World card. It's basically saying things will change, and it's kind of like you can accept it and go with the change. You can accept it and create the change. Push it forward, make it happen, like kind of work with that energy, kind of like the water's flowing downhill, use that water to your advantage, keep it flowing downhill where you need it to go. Don't try to push it back up the hill. Like if this is kind of that analogy, if you have a lot of water coming down a hill and for some reason you want to push it back uphill, even if you dam it up, it's going to build up. It's like, you think of it that way. It's going to build right up until it overflows, and then it might take out that dam along with the new flow, and then a big gush of water comes down. If you go with it, I don't feel like you have to have that Devil card. I feel like they're warning you. Holding this back, trying to force the rules to stay adhered to, that Devil card will come out. It's hidden behind the World card, so it's basically saying the World card will happen because that's on top. It's saying if you want to fight it, this is what you're going to get, the Devil card. If you fight it or not, you end up with the Three of Wands and the Emperor. When I'm feeling the Emperor come in, the Emperor is very blunt. This is a situation where I feel like the Emperor needs to be blunt. Don't get caught up in the gender. I do feel like somebody will help you, and they're going to be blunt. Sagittarius usually kind of rolls with that. Kind of like, all right, well, tell me what's going on. I'd rather just tell me. Okay, fine. I mean, sugar is always, a little bit of sugar in the situation is always nice, but if they're not gonna, as long as they tell you the truth and it makes sense and you can make a difference and change things for the better, all right, fine, just tell me what it is. Like, I get it. I don't have to have the niceties, whatever, just tell me. So I feel like you can work with this energy, and I'm getting like the Three of Wands. There's a big change here. Like, I'm feeling change with that Three of Wands. You could be transitioning out, and somebody else, like this King of, this Emperor might be taking your place in this situation. Might be. It's a possibility, because I am seeing in the environment beauty and focus, because a whole new situation is coming forward with this whoever needs help, and I'm getting like they're seeing a different way to do things. Somebody else is a little bit more structured with this, but they're also kind of like, all right, what are we dealing with this person? Are they having anxiety, for example? All right, how do we alleviate the anxiety but keep things on point? How do we get things done yet still let this person exercise out that energy so it doesn't drive them crazy, so it doesn't keep building and building and building? Focus comes in a lot stronger later. So if somebody's coming in to help you, I don't know if you're transitioning out or if they're just telling you or giving you pointers and helping you through it. It could be either they're coaching you through it or there could be somebody taking your place. It's kind of subjective to what you're dealing with. So for example, if this is your child, I doubt you're going to be transitioning out. It's probably somebody coaching you. If this is a coworker or somebody you have to manage, then they might be going somewhere else or somebody else might be dealing with it, something like that. Depends how it adds up for you. But they're saying don't fight the change. I feel like that's what this is all about. Don't fight the change. Go with it. Flow with it. Realize that the rules aren't going to work here and we got to find a different way to do this. You can fight it if you want, but they're saying, okay, this is what you're going to get. That's what you're going to get. So just be careful. You don't want that. I know you don't want that, but they're just trying to give you a heads up before it happens to make your life a little easier. Anything else? All right, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.